Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the anime Ultramarine Magmell Season 1 on Netflix. And I did enjoy this one. It didn't do anything completely and utterly horrendously bad, but it just isn't really a good anime. And that's mainly because it doesn't pick what it wants to be. It can either be very character focused and have the plot be kind of really light and just do kind of one off episodes, which is what it kind of did. Or it has to be plot heavy and then be able to pick up the pieces and do stuff with the characters as need be. Those are usually the two kind of extremes. You usually kind of want to marriage in the middle, kind of your peanut butter and your chocolate together of, okay, the characters are moving the plot forward and the plot is interesting enough to kind of stand on its own. Whereas here, we're just throwing along this basic premise that 35 years ago, this extra continent, Magmell, popped up and people were like, hey, we can get a lot of shit out of this. And we follow Ino and his companion Zero, as Ino is an angler who goes and gets stupid people off of Magmell who do stupid things. That is the basics of it, and any character that they kind of encounter is, I even really hesitate to call them characters. The only ones that really have any kind of true character depth are Ino and Zero, and even then, it's kind of like the basics of what you would want to have a character. It's like, okay, this is what you really need to have. Otherwise, the rest are just archetypal trope people running around. It's like, what the fuck? Like in the beginning, we have this one sick kid who wants to go find his brother and his family, and the one dude's been corrupted by the greed of Magmell, and that's never really explored or even really explained if there was some kind of actual force doing that. I don't know. And we see that Ino, as well as being an angler, is a lactor who can create matter out of nowhere. That gets no explanation, and even those rules get like fast and loose because he just creates kind of the same things over and over again. And at one point, some dude is able to take a person, like people's lactor powers, and graft them onto him. It's like, okay, that's the plot kind of overriding shit, but we didn't even have any plot specifics to begin with for that to happen. So it's like, whatever. And we just keep getting the reoccurring themes of Magmell pretty much should be left alone. People are fucking stupid. It's like, alright. And it just keeps repeating, and it really doesn't help that the animation quality isn't that great. I'm not saying it's completely and utterly horrendous, but a lot of the monsters and creatures that are on Magmell just look really lazily done. Like, they're not really, they don't pop out. I'm like, oh, that's like an amalgamation or something, or they don't really pop. Even like how they're colored and how they're drawn just really isn't that pleasing. The only ones that really get good animation quality are, again, Ino and Zero. They're the ones that they put the amount of effort into, and it's like, alright, fine. And then we suddenly start getting, like, I hesitate to call them a cast, but just people that keep bucking around. Ino helps this one group because this one woman, Amelia, was told to find Ino's predecessor, since he kind of took over. We don't even really get understanding of what happened with that. We get flashbacks of him kind of training with them, and that's about it. And god damn, the flashbacks get bad at the end, where we get towards the end of the series, and they flash back to things that we have already seen. I'm talking about, like, I saw that thing either last episode or immediately preceding what was going on. Why the fuck are you showing this to me again? I'm not talking about, like, something that we haven't learned of in the past. I'm talking something that you actually already saw. And if you have the attention span to understand and consume any kind of media, you wouldn't need to have been reminded of it. The use of flashbacks are just mind-bogglingly bad in this. It's like, shit. But this Amelia chick, that's about it. She just goes to save her dad and then gets pretty much turned into Zero's rival, as she just calls her Big Boob Lady, and wants to be fucking grown up. And there's alluded to like Ino and Zero are not growing because of something from Magmell. That's the feeling that I got. But I don't know what this thing was trying to tell me on that. It's like, oh, okay, you don't like her because she's got big boobs. But the funny thing is, that's about the extent of her personality. Granted, she tries to help people. I can't tell you other than that she likes and wants to make sure that her father doesn't die. That's about it. Other than that, I don't know how she thinks that Magmell should be run, or like how operations in Magmell should be run, or whatnot. Just stupid shit happening because reasons. It's like, oh, somebody was like, brainstorm, oh, this will be cool, this will be cool, this will be cool. Are we going to do any connective tissue with this? No. Fuck you, that's why. And then just does it. And then we get like this billionaire dude who wants to go save his friends that he's left there for like 30 fucking years. And come to find out that they were poisoned and turned into monsters because we don't have any explanation for why that happened. And granted, I don't mind transformation things going on. But it's like, why the fuck would they turn into a bat and a fucking scorpion thing? Especially when they're poisoned. I mean, if there's like lore and explanation, that's cool. But when you're just like, oh, just take it. I'm like, no. What? Like, suspension of disbelief is just like, what up, baby? Fuck it, just do whatever we want. I'm like, god damn it. We get this Den dude who's just fucked over, and they just like shove shit into him like mushrooms and shit because Zero goes off on a little quest to get things to make her taller, and they just kind of fuck with Den and just like give him body altering fruit and like shit from Magmell, and I'm just like, I don't care at this point. And the only semblance of a plot we get is towards the end, where this dude who had essentially had been using child actors to run experiments and had been doing that on Zero, came back, made it look like he killed like this supporting cast, but of course he didn't. And here's the thing, I like a balanced approach with death. You don't want to go overboard and just keep nuking people out of left and right just to make everything seem bigger and badder. Because you start running into the thing of, if everybody's going to die all the time, why the fuck should I get invested in any character? On the other end of the spectrum, if you never kill anybody or hurt somebody, then there just doesn't feel like there's any danger involved. There's like, why the fuck should I get invested in this? Because they don't have any obstacles to overcome. Here, it's just like, they're not, I'm almost like, oh, okay, because he pretty much tries to take out the cast, and it's like, oh, Jesus, and he's got Zero, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking fuck with Ino. He's like, yeah, I took all these lactors, and now I've got lactor powers. I'm like, dude, just because you got the fucking shit doesn't mean you're the master of the fucking shit. But he's still able to fuck around with Ino because the plot demands that it gets drawn out so that we have flashbacks to things that we've already seen as Zero finds the courage within herself to fight this motherfucker. Okay. And then they've pretty much beaten him, but then he decides to eat an unholy godly amount of like weird shit from Magmell to try and power himself up, and then he essentially turns into the shittiest version of the blob monster from Akira and the monster from Slither. It's just like, holy shit. Like, and it just is animated so badly. It's like, God, it looks like just a blob. There's like just a blob of flesh. I'm like, he should have fucking died then at that point. I mean, what the fuck is keeping him together? I mean, again, you need to make sure when you are doing something that people can suspend their disbelief for what is going on. If it fits within the rules of the world and fits within the lore and what's going on, that's fine. But if you see somebody turn into a blob monster and you're like, why the fuck is this happening? This doesn't help you at all. I mean, what the fuck are you... How is that giving you an advantage to become a blob fucker dude to fighting Ino? And then, of course, they fucking, I'm pretty sure, kill him. And Zero learns that everybody's fucking alright and they have their own dandy own day, and that's pretty much where the anime ends. Everything was essentially just one-off episodes of just fucking around and getting nothing done. It's very rare for me to see essentially a whole season. Like, even when I've had trouble with certain anime, it's really hard to me to find an example of one where I essentially think that the whole thing is filler. This one's it. I'm like, God damn. I mean, sometimes there could be bits and pieces, but I'm just like, this was just filling time. It's really an achievement to find stuff like this. Now, granted, there have been other ones in the past that I've had that feeling with, but this is like my prime example now of like, really nothing's going forward and shit just fucking happens. And the characters aren't even there to kind of bring that along. If shit just happens and it's not really interconnected and all that, you need strong characters to carry anything forward. And having just two and just essentially anime tropey archetype motherfuckers running around. Like, you got the rich suave older guy, you got Miss Big Boobs, and you got the comic relief store owner dude who gets fucked out of money all the time. And that's it. It just... I was really disappointed with this anime and really kind of just like, wow, Netflix, I haven't been liking a lot of the anime that Netflix has been kind of like pushing out that they've branded their Netflix one, and it's really kind of worrying me. Now, granted, I understand that you have to take time and make sure that you have good anime, and also that you have to pump out content to see what kind of sticks. But a lot of it, I'm like, okay, this should have been taken more time on, or things should have been fleshed out more, or anything else. I wouldn't recommend this definitely to anyone who's really invested in characters. No, not there. A plot? Ha! No. Action? It's just basic. I mean, after like the first couple episodes, you kind of know what Inyo's gonna do. He's either gonna use like a sword, a gun, maybe a grenade pops up in an hour, or swords, or blocks to platform around, because it looks like more shit that you would actually use in a video game than what's going on in the anime. And it's just, oh god, the action is just, it's basic. It's not completely and utterly horrendous, but it's just your basic shit that should, your basic level that you would want to happen action-wise. It's like, okay, I've got like all these other examples of action done crazily and just like really fits within the world and is an example of why I should like this. I don't need this. I would not recommend this even if you just needed something on in the background. There's better things out there. Don't watch this. That's my honest opinion on this, and I'm just like, there's other better things out there. And if you enjoyed it, that's great. I'm glad for you. It's just, this didn't do it for me, man. Better things out there. So those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.